back, folks. Here we are doing fantasy football Q&A. It's going to be great. I forgot to even edit this. We are not at week 14. We are on the playoffs, so let's just edit here and say week 16 as we are at today. So sorry about that. There we go. We are up to date. We're going to go ahead and make sure we go live here as well. And we should be good to go. So I hope everybody's doing well today. If you are out there enjoying your week, let me know. Hop in the comments. What's up? Kyle, man, how are you? Good to see you, pal. How's everything been going for you? How did week 1 of your playoffs go? Or did we get a win in there? Are we working through the tough start of the fantasy football playoffs? I myself had a lot of first-round buys. I had 2 non-first-round buys, and unfortunately, I lost both of them. I'm going to keep it real for you guys here on Dynasty Price Check. Luckily, they were both Dynasty teams that were mostly like stuck in the middle. Teams that I was intending on punting already, and so, I wasn't surprised I lost in both of them, as I never expected to win a playoff game. But, always fun to get an upset in there, right? Like, who doesn't not love an upset? Olave or Jennings if Drake London plays? If Drake London plays, then you're probably good. If not, then I'm going Chris Olave. Christian, Carter, Marks, or Fannin on my flex. I think we're going to go Fannin if it's a tight end premium, and if not, let's roll out Woody Marks. Let's see. Rogue Gaming, thank you so much for the follow, man. He says, what do I do about Genty? Should I start Manungai over him? I'm very shallow in running backs. Man, I don't love that personally for you. I do think Manungai is playing in a must-win game here, and so for that reason, I would say let's roll out Manungai here. But it does feel weird to bench Ashton Genty. He still is RB16 on the season, although I know it's not been the sexiest of finishes. Dave B, Jandro, thank you so much for the follows, guys. Appreciate you coming through. Dave B says Bowers or Waller in PPR. Let's go Bowers, man. I know Waller's been catching touchdowns left and right, but I just do not expect that level of production to continue, especially if they make a quarterback change here, which I know was hinted at slightly this week by Mike McDonald. Sorry, not Mike McDonald, Josh McDaniels. I've been talking Seahawks earlier. You guys got me. Schultz or Parkinson. This is a tough one. I'm probably still going to lean Dalton Schultz, but I won't lie. Colby Parkinson on a return game to Seattle, former Seattle Seahawk, by the way, could have some decent upside there. Coda, thank you so much for the follow, man. We've got Myers or Dowdle PPR. This one I'm probably going to take Rico. And I know the Buccaneers have a decent front seven, but I do think Rico Dowdle is going to get some usage this week. Again, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about it last week, but it's important to remember that some of these players have incentives baked into their contracts. And I know for a fact that Rico Dowdle is like 240 yards and I think a touchdown away from hitting an extra 250K bonus for his incentive. Now, those things matter a lot when talking about fantasy football because coaches and other teammates of theirs are incentivized to help them get their bag. And I think in this one specifically, with what Rico Dowdle's been able to do for them this season, they'll be inclined to help him get his bag. You know what I mean? So I would say Dowdle here. All right, I've got Jack saying I have the Pats defense, but I'm thinking of picking up the Saints and dropping Pearsall. I would drop Pearsall regardless, so I don't mind you doing this. Adonai Mitchell or Jaden Higgins. Give me Jaden Higgins, especially long term. I'm way more of a believer. I know you're saying for this week specifically. I think I'm still going to lean Higgins. Coda, thank you so much for the follow, man. Chev says Amarian or Ibuka for the flex. Personally, I'm going Amarian Hampton here. Etienne, Dowdle, or Mark start two. Let's just go with the first two. Like I said, Dowdle and Etienne here. Sam, appreciate your follow, man. Dave B says start for Henry, DK, Waddle, Rice, Bucky. We're going to go with Waddle. We're going to go with Rice. I know even with Gardner Minshew, I'm saying Rice. I think the opportunity for him to catch passes and get yak is still going to be there. Let's roll out Bucky and let's roll out DK Metcalf. I know I'm telling you to fade Derrick Henry, but I don't love it. Raymond, thank you for the follow, my friend. I'm going to try to get to all these chat questions here. Raymond saying start Warren or Schultz. It's going to be Tyler Warren still. But Schultz has been giving you a sneaky top 10 finish this year. Lamar Jackson, JJ, or CJ Stroud. We're going to go CJ Stroud this week. Ozzy, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate you very much. Robert, you too, man. Robert, I'm going to pin you up here. You say Hampton or Evans. This one I actually am probably going to take Mike Evans. Probably going to take Mike Evans there, to be frank. But I appreciate the follow there. Coda says Ladd or Jennings. Let's pin this up. I'm going to go with Ladd McConkey here. Unless Pearsall is for sure ruled out, which I think he already has been. Still going to go Ladd here. Barcode, what's up, man? Tracy or Derrick Henry this week? Man, I don't feel good about it, man. I don't feel good telling you to sit Derrick Henry for Tyrone Tracy, so I think I'm still going to roll out Henry, even knowing I'm going to get my heart broken here. Pitts or Dunze in the flex. This one's going to be Pitts, man. I don't think we can rely on Roma Dunze at this point. It is a bummer. Con, thank you so much for coming through, man, and helping me moderate the chat today. Shout-outs to Con. I've got Ben in here saying Lamar, Purdy, or Stroud. This one, interestingly enough, I think I'm actually going to lean Stroud again. I like Stroud's matchup this week. We got Nix or Brissett. I'm going to take Bo Nix on this one, even though Brissett's been giving you some solid performance. Ash B says Lawrence, Purdy, or Stroud again. I'm actually going to go with Trevor Lawrence here over CJ Stroud, even though I like Stroud, and I think he's actually catching fire at the right time here. Lawrence has been sneaky, been giving you plenty here. Carter says start 3, Smitty, Chase Brown, Abuka, Rico Dowdle, Genty, Michael Wilson. Pretty comfortably here for on the start 3. I'm going to go Rico Dowdle. I'm going to go Michael Wilson, and I'm going to go Chase Brown. And I know that's quite the dancing around effort, but that's the direction I'm going to go. Matt C. over on the tube that's made for you. Thank you for coming through, man. He says Herbert versus Dallas, or T-Law versus Denver, or Baker versus Carolina. Now, there's 2 matchups here I like, but most comfortably here, you're going to start anybody against the Dallas Cowboys defense. I think we're going to take Justin Herbert this week. Kieran, thank you for coming through. Guys, if you are watching over on TikTok, help me help you, trying to juggle all the stream chats at once. If you're not already following, make sure you're following here, and I can pin some of these comments up, make my chat a bit more readable. If you haven't checked me out over on the T-Witch or on the tube that's made for you, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, both of those are going to be a great place to be, and your chat experience might be a little bit better. Same username, Dynasty Price Check. Okay, I've got, would you start Corum, Tet, or McLaurin in the flex? Probably going to go Terry there. Probably going to go Terry, especially with Marcus Mariota now being the starter for the foreseeable future here, shutting down Jaden Daniels for the season. Rage Rod says Dowdle or Woody PPR, assuming Woody is healthy. Still going to go Dowdle there, man. Still going to go Dowdle for you there. Again, I think we got to consider the incentives. Steel9, thanks for coming through on the T-Witch, man. He says Andrews, Strange, or Parkinson. I think my top choice here would be Mark Andrews, followed by Colby Parkinson. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate you very kindly. Raymond says Seahawks defense or pick up the Saints Chiefs. Seahawks defense, man. Definitely Seahawks defense here. If you guys are aware, Seahawks defense still held the Rams to their lowest point total and yards total of the year, even in the first matchup, even when they turned the ball over 4 times. So still taking the Seahawks here. Firm, thank you for the rose. Monya, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the Heart Bears, guys. Will you have full rankings this week or not? I will. I will have full rankings this week. The only reason I delayed dropping them on the Discord was I hadn't finished editing the wide receiver rankings YouTube video that I was doing. So I wanted to make sure I was done with that, and we are just about done. We've been having new videos on the tube every single day, so if you guys haven't checked those out, got some of our Dynasty buys, some of our Dynasty sells, some of the rookie draft re-rankings at the end of the season. Please go show some love over there. It would be awesome. I've got Insane dropping the follow and a question here saying Lawrence or Goff. And this one, I'm going to go Jared Goff. Lions are in a must-win out scenario in order to secure their playoffs here and set themselves up. I would like to be trailing and be a part of it here. Juan also dropped the follow. Understood the assignment, my friend. He said start 3, Sutton, Jaden Reed, Rashi Rice, Mike Evans, Ricky, Pearsall. We are going to go on this one. I am going to go Cortland Sutton here. I'm going to go Rashi Rice here, and I'm going to go Mike Evans here. Thank you again for the heart me, Mike. Appreciate you. Big RG, thank you for the follow as well. I got Monya saying Ladder Mika. Let's go with Abuka there. Back over to the T-Witch. I see Steele saying, what about Chris Godwin, Quentin Johnson, or Jaden Reed? Out of that one, I think I'm going to go Jaden Reed. ISO Apollo says, start 3, please. Ladd, Rice, Evans, Olave. I think we're going to go with Rice, Evans, and Olave. Just those back 3 there should keep you afloat. We got Andrews, Stranger, Parkinson. I did say the first choice for me would be Andrews here, and then my second would be Colby Parkinson, okay? I've got CLTT1Z 99 over on the tube. First time chatter. Thanks for coming through. Hopefully we can earn your subscription tonight, my man. He's saying Judkins or Henderson. I think at this point you got to be rolling out Travion Henderson every week. He's been taking big plays to the house, and we can no longer deny it. K. Donovan, thank you so much for following over on the T-Witch, man. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing some love tonight. I've got Carter over here on TikTok, which I'll pin up, saying Dallas, Goddard, or Bowers. I know it feels dirty, but I am going to tell you to roll out Brock Bowers this week and hope that the Raiders just have a far better performance than we saw this week. Dirty Mike, following the channel. Great name. I have never owned a red Prius, but at some point in my life, I feel like I'd like to, just for the jokes. He says, start the Saints or Kansas City defense. Should I start Shook or Young over Lamar? Lamar hasn't been great. Yeah, Lamar definitely hasn't been great. I actually think the Saints have a pretty decent matchup this week. So, to be completely frank, I think I'm fine rolling out the Saints defense and Tyler Shook. And I know that sounds absolutely insane when you have Lamar Jackson on your roster. But K. Donovan goes, I'm not on TikTok for once. It's true. Good on you, man. You made your way over to a better viewing experience. I've got Rage Rod saying Drake over Burrow. That is a yes. We're going Drake over Burrow there. I don't know if I can trust Joey B right now. Don't seem like his head's fully in the game, guys. I've got Cal Rope saying Waller or Kelsey. Probably going to go with Waller here. Just because now with the Mahomes injury, I don't know if Kelsey's really going to give you top-tier performance here or if it's going to be more of like, maybe we just wait it out, because I think Travis Kelce's going to run it back next year. I do not think Travis Kelce wants to go out and hang him up on a year where he did not make the playoffs. Doesn't seem like his style or the Chiefs' style in general. So I think for you Dynasty players out there, might not be a bad idea to go buy Travis Kelce right now while everyone thinks he's going to retire. We got wide receiver 2 question over here from Big DR54 who dropped the follow earlier. He says Myers or Waddle. I am still going to lean Jalen Waddle here, but Jacoby Myers has been giving you very solid production. Seems like you've got a lot of good options here. I've got 99 over on the tube saying Lamar or Matt Stafford. Seahawks tough matchup. That one I will go Lamar. I just do feel like the Seahawks-Rams game is going to be tight. Are we selling Jay Jettis this offseason? K. Donovan is asking. Personally, probably not. And my real reasoning behind that is just I don't like to sell players on a value dip. Clearly, he has taken a serious hit to his dynasty rankings. I would actually be saying the opposite here and say if you can buy Justin Jefferson this offseason for a cheaper price for the first discount you've had in several years, I would be doing so. Is there a debate for Darren Waller over Michael Wilson for a flex spot due to upside matchup? I don't think so. I think I'm still going to go Michael Wilson, especially since I don't think Marv's playing again this week. As long as Marvin Harrison's out, we're playing Michael Wilson. If he is somehow coming back, then that's where I would say, yeah, you could take a swing on Darren Waller, especially if it's a tight end premium. Gonzo96 over here. If you're watching on TikTok, guys, go ahead and drop a quick follow, and I can pin some of your comments up here and rip through some of these. Sorry, juggling a lot of chat windows tonight. But I got Gonzo over here saying start 1, Stafford, Lawrence, Stroud, Young. This one I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence, even though I know it's against Denver. I'm fine with it. Tough AFC matchup, but we'll be all right. Herbert versus the Cowboys. Stafford versus the Seahawks. We're going Herbert versus the Cowboys. I do not want to be playing that Seahawks defense, even if you're Matt Stafford. Mariota, Stroud, or T-Law. Again, I'm going to tell you to go T-Law here. I like the rushing upside, and I think the Jags are going all out right now on this playoff hunt. Abuka, Jennings, or Reed at the flex. This one, I think I'm going to tell you to lean Jaden Reed, shockingly enough. No Christian Watson here. Christian Watson takes the injury dive, unfortunately, and that is going to open up some more opportunity for these Green Bay pass catchers here, and I think I like the upside of Jaden Reed. We've got Brock Bowers or Parkinson. It's a tough question to ask, and I don't blame you asking it, especially after the recent weeks. Colby Parkinson is coming back to Seattle, his former team here. I'm sure he wants to make a statement. Regardless of all that, in prime time, I'm going to be taking Brock Bowers. Okay, Brock Bowers there. Scoob, thanks for the follow. Daniel, thank you for the follow. Dan Bell, appreciate you. I've got Dan who just dropped that follow. He says, Herbert versus the Cowboys, Stafford versus the Seahawks. We actually already got this one. I said Herbert versus the Cowboys. And Jack, I'm not going to say the last part, but you almost got me. That's real good. He goes Lamar or Brissett. And I know we've been tempted to play Jacoby Brissett here, but I think I'm going to roll out Lamar Jackson here. Theo Johnson or Dalton Kincaid. This is actually an interesting one. I'm going to tell you to play Theo Johnson here. I'm feeling a good week from my man Theo. Partnered up with Jackson Dart, his best buddy, and here we go. Rico or London at the flex. Now, if London's playing, I'm going to tell you to play London. If he's out, then you got a decent option in Rico there. We got Shane Jr. coming through here saying Brissett or Stafford. This one, I'm going to tell you to play Brissett. I've got Bucko saying Brissett or Hurts. Let's go with Hurts. And we got McConkey or Pickens. I'm going to go with Pickens here. Elias, thank you for the follow, my friend. Going to pin you up as well here. He says start McCarthy, Dak, Stroud, or Young. I'm going to tell you to play Dak here, number 1, and number 2 would be Stroud. Insane says flex Dobbs, Tyler, Warren, Cup, or Walker. Gonna be Tyler Warren here. Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren. Okay. I've got Breezy saying, you got any Thursday night football picks? I'm glad you asked, man. We actually do. Unfortunately, I don't read them all out on the stream. The way to get my tickets and follow them and follow my awesome Ticketmaster in the Discord is to join the free Discord. We got an over-under achievers channel. It's super fun. It's for free. This is not solicited advice, but we've been cashing some good tickets this year. I was putting one together the other night on our members-only stream, which, again, is free for all the Discord members. We do it twice a week on Monday and Thursday and Sunday. Actually, that make that 3 times a week. We just added one the last couple weeks. And we're streaming all the games in there, so you guys can watch along. You can talk with me one-on-one on the voice chat. I'll answer your fantasy questions. We talk Dynasty strategy. We do all the good stuff. If you're not already in that Discord that I am talking about right now, it is totally easy and free to join, and you'll get access to all that. You can watch the games with us. You can have a great time, ask all your questions, especially if I don't get to them all in the live chat here. And that is easy to do. Just go over to my website, dynastypricecheck.com, www.dynastypricecheck.com, literally just my username with a .com on it. And on the homepage, you got a button that says Join Free Discord. Go ahead and just click it. Just click it. You'll be right on in. You'll love it. You'll love it. You can talk to me whenever you want. In case you get sick of my voice, you won't ever get sick of it. I'm always chatting in there, okay? We've got Champagne. Oh, nice. That's clever. Over on the tube that's made for you, that big old red app that everyone likes to watch stuff on. Start Michael Carter over Judkins. That's a no. That's a no. We're going to go Judkins there. Am I starting Parkinson over Tyler Warren? Also going to be a no, even though I know Colby has been on a heater these last few weeks. But we got drop Shakir or Jaden Reed. This one is probably going to be Shakir. I actually like Jaden Reed's upside right now with Christian Watson suffering the injury and no Tucker Kraft. Obviously, the Packers are still going to be in a shootout here for their division, and I think they're going to go hard here. Jace Huffman, thank you for the follow. Man, thank you guys over here on TikTok that are supporting and dropping these follows. I'm going to pin some of these comments up from the new followers, and we will answer them. Goff or Knicks. I'm going to be taking Jared Goff here. I've got Landon over here saying T-Mac or Mike Evans. I'm going to go Mike Evans this week. We've got Pitts or Travis. I'm going to say Pitts here pretty comfortably. JCM or Michael Wilson. I am going to go Michael Wilson. I can't believe JCM is still even in the conversation. He's so irrelevant. Joey Mahoney, thank you for the follow, my friend. And Rico and it's Nick. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate you coming through. We got It's Nick right here. Going to pin him up. He goes Pitts or Travis. I said Pitts, pal. We've got Reed or Tet. This one I will take Tet. I do like playing Jaden Reed, but not over Teteroa McMillan here. Joey is saying McLaurin, Sutton, Wilson, pick 2. Now, if Marv is sitting, we're going to go with Wilson, and we're going to go with Scary Terry. If Marv is playing, we'll just roll with McLaurin and Sutton. Fannin, Theo Johnson, Fannin or Theo Johnson. I'm going to take Fannin here, but when you're saying Josh Allen or Jackson Dart, we're going to go Josh Allen. You can't ever say Josh Allen, even though I like Jackson Dart. Plenty. Back over to the other chat here. I've got Champagne saying start Mayfield or Burrow. I think I'm going to tell you to roll out Baker. I don't know if I can trust Joey B right now with where his head's at. He did not look good this week. Quentin Johnston or Jaden Reed. Definitely going Jaden Reed there. Any hesitations on starting Rice? No. I think you got to trust the process here. Let's roll out Rashee Rice, even though it doesn't feel super great this week. I will say Gardner Minshew, he's not a bad quarterback. You know, I know he came in through that pick at the end of the game, but he's not bad. He played well for the Jags that season, and, you know, he took the Colts to the playoffs, believe it or not, a couple of years ago. And so, you know, he can get the ball out. He's not a bad QB. And especially when you talk about guys like Rashee Rice, it's not like you're relying on their huge downfield, big playability. He's mostly a yak guy. You know, so like if you're worried about Gardner Minshew being able to get him the ball, well, can Gardner Minshew hit those 5 to 10 yard intermediate throws? He can. You know, I wouldn't be too worried about it. If anything, it might even open more opportunities for Rashee Rice to get involved here. Is Gainwell a decent flex this week? Yes, I do think he is. You know, he's been unavoidable to acknowledge here in these last couple weeks, even to the frustration of all Jaylen Warren owners, myself included. Lamar or Brissett, it's a must-win game. Every game's a must-win game now. I think we got to roll out Lamar Jackson, even though it doesn't feel great. Back over to the TikTok here. If you guys are not following already, go ahead and drop a quick follow. I'll pin some of these comments up. I've got Ice Spice Fandom saying Eagles or Seattle's defense. We're going to go Seattle Seahawks here. Diggs or Reed. I'm going to take Jaden Reed here. McLaurin or Jacoby Myers. I'm going to take Scary Terry, even though it doesn't feel fantastic. I got Kimberly over here saying Caleb Williams or Sam Darnold and Saints defense against the Jets. I'm going to go Caleb Williams here just for the rushing upside and just on the off chance that Sam Darnold decides to see ghosts again. We've got Emilio saying Kelsey or Parkinson. This one I will tell you to play Colby Parkinson. I've got Pitts or Bowers. I think you got to ride the hot week and go Kyle Pitts, as crazy as it sounds, even though I know it's probably stored up for a letdown. Hudson here says Monangai or Pollard. I think I'm going to roll with Monangai in a must-win game for the Bears to keep their foot on the throats of their division. Eric says Pickens, Evans, Etienne at the flex. We're going to go with Travis Etienne here. I believe Travis Etienne is an absolute league winner after the injury to Baishal Tootin, which obviously wasn't already a massive threat to him, but even less now, even less. Champagne says Brissett or May. It's May by a mile. Start one, Evans, Sutton, Michael Wilson. I think I'm going to go crazy enough. I'm going to go Michael Wilson if there's no Marv, and if not, I'll go Mike Evans there. Okay, I've got Brissett or Goff. We're going to go Jared Goff here. Stiffy, thank you for the roses, my friend. Greatly appreciate it. He says Dart or Burrow and Kansas City or Bills defense this week. We're going to go Dart over Burrow, and we are going to go KC over the Bills defense. You think Waddle's going to get shadowed this week? Potentially, but I think you got to roll him out anyway unless you've got a lot better options. I'd like to hear them if you think you do. We've got Burrow or Lamar. This one I probably actually will go Burrow on a bounce-back game. Warrior Loft, what is up, my friend? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you supporting, as always, saying I need help. Well, that's what I'm here for, man. What can I do for you? Official Barber, thank you for the follow here over on TikTok. Please let me know what I can do for you guys. Even you as well. Hudson says Evans, DK, or McMillan. I think I'm going to go Mike Evans as my first choice, Teteroa as my second there. Jaden Reed or Jordan Addison. We're going to go Jaden Reed here. Jay Barca saying, do I start Fannin or Warren? I'm going to go with Fannin here. We've got Warrior Loft saying, I have Josh Jacobs. Who would you pick up? Emmanuel Wilson, Joe Burrow versus the Finns, Brissett versus Atlanta, or Jay Jettis versus the Giants, Brandon Aubrey versus the Chargers? Jesus, what are we're throwing kickers in the mix now too? Okay, well, for this scenario, I mean, Brandon Aubrey's going to be your safest pickup. I know it sounds crazy, but like, sure, pick up Brandon Aubrey. Outside of that, who would you drop to pick up? You're saying I'm dropping one of those guys. I don't want to drop any of those guys for Emmanuel Wilson. I don't think you need to, unless you absolutely need to start Emmanuel Wilson this week. Sorry, Warrior. I don't know if I'm following this correctly. Can you give me more context on the situation? Why are we dropping guys to get a running back? Like, do you need a spot start running back this week? Champagne says start Fannin or Darren Waller this week. Again, I'm going to go Fannin here. Avon, thank you for supporting and dropping the follow, man. He says 3 wideouts, 1 flex. Nico, J. Jettis, Kamara, Lad, BTJ. Well, Kamara's not playing, pal. I don't think he is, at least. And even if he does, I don't know if I feel great about rolling him out. So let's go Nico, J. Jettis, Lad, BTJ. I mean, there you go. There's your 4. Okay. Gainwell or Godwin at the flex. As much as it pains me to say it, I think we're going Kenny Gainwell here. He's just been undeniably involved here, which has been definitely frustrating, but that's where we are today. Adam Mustak, thank you for the follow, man. He says BTJ or J. Jettis. I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr., quietly playing real well. Josh Jacobs is injured. He has a chance to be out. I need my running back position to be solid. That is my advantage versus the opponent. Yeah, fine. I mean, I think Jacobs is going to play, personally. I think Jacobs is going to play. Have they ruled him out? I don't think they have. I would have gotten the alert. I think he's going to play. That all being considered, if you absolutely need to drop somebody here, yeah, I don't know. K. Donovan said, I sent you a message on the cord. Can you take a look at it? Yeah, sure. I'll go check it out, man. Did you tag me? Maybe. Or maybe you just sent me a DM here. Okay. Warrior, if you got to drop somebody, we'll drop Brissett, I guess. Thank you for the heart me over here. Pros and cons. That's a very clever name of yours. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, guys. If you guys are watching over on TikTok here, I'm going to rip through some of these questions. Make sure you are following, and I can pin some of these chats up to the top as I juggle the multi-stream across platforms here and all the chat windows. So if you're not following on TikTok, maybe hop on over to the red app, the tube that's made for you. You'll get a better response time on there, and go ahead and drop a subscription, or come on over to T-Witch, the purple app. You'll get your questions answered a little bit quicker there. If not, make sure you are following here on TikTok, and then I can pin your comments and try to rip through a bunch of these in rapid succession. So Easton here says Aaron Jones or Judkins or Tracy. This one we're going to go with Judkins. Ryan Foster says Mike Evans, DK, Quentin Johnston, or Jameson Williams for the flex. I'm going to go Mike Evans on that one. I have got a nice purple cross here saying Kyron or Etienne or Kenny Gainwell. That is going to be Kyron Williams 1, Etienne 2. But actually, we're going to flip that. Etienne 1 and Kyron Williams 2. Kyron Williams is playing against Seattle, although now with the injury to Devontae Adams, there is far more touchdown upside in Los Angeles than there was before. Landon, thank you for the follow, my friend. Leighton, you as well. We've got Dirty Bum in here saying George Kittle or Jake Ferguson. It's always George Kittle here, man. Always George Kittle. He has been eating up and down the map for you guys. J-Mo or Mike Evans. I know we're going boom bust here. I'm going to take Mike Evans, as crazy as it sounds. I've got pros and cons here who dropped a little heart me saying Caleb or Dak. I am going to be playing Dak Prescott this week. Dak Prescott. We've got Start Judkins, Jaden Reed, Abuka, or McLaurin. This one I know sounds a bit hesitant, but I think I'm still going to lean Judkins for the upside of touches on this one. We've got Parkinson or Bowers. It's going to be Bowers, but yeah, I know Colby's been giving you good performances here. Lost Mob, thank you for the follow. We got the Push Effect podcast in here. Well, Push Effect sounds great. I don't know what we're pushing. I don't know what we're affecting, but I'm interested. You've piqued my interest. Michael Carter or Kyron Williams. We're going to go Kyron Williams, even against a tough Seattle front. I do expect him to find the end zone, as much as it pains me to say, against my Seattle Seahawks this prime time Thursday night game. Speaking of primetime Thursday night games, if you guys are not already a member of the free Discord, hop on in for our Thursday night watch party. We will be breaking down the whole game, talking with you guys. I'm actually streaming the game in the Discord, so you can watch along with me, and we will have the game live. We'll be doing coverage. We'll be talking all your start sits and getting your lineups ready for the second round of the fantasy playoffs this weekend. And if you are by chance a Dynasty player, we're going to have even more Dynasty strategy going on. If you are looking for a way to get in the Discord, it is nice and easy and entirely free. All you got to do is just type in www.dynastypricecheck.com, just my username here, dynastypricecheck with a .com on the end of it. On the homepage, there's a nice big purple button that says join free Discord. Go ahead and click that. It'll make sure that I can get to all your questions all week long, and you don't have to stick to just one live stream and spamming all your questions in the chat saying please, 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 please. I get to everybody in the Discord, and you can come watch the games with us. We got Brody James over on the tube that's made for you. Thanks for coming through, man. He says start 2, Justin Jefferson, Christian Watson, Tyrone Tracy, or Rome Odunze. We're definitely not going to play Rome Odunze here. Christian Watson is going to be out injured, unfortunately. I think we're going to go with Justin Jefferson and Tyrone Tracy, as dirty as it sounds, my friend. I don't love those options for you, but that is where we are at this point in the season. I've got Kamali over here on TikTok. Let's see what we can get done for you. Says Burrow or Knicks. I'm going to slightly lean Joseph Burrow on this one for a bounce-back game after this last week's performance. I got Aiden Lee saying Goddard or Kittle. We are going to go with Kittle here. You cannot be sitting George Kittle during the playoffs. So I'm starting JSN. Pick 2, please. Rice, J. Jettis, Pickens. We're going Rice and Pickens here. Oliver, thank you for the follow here on TikTok. I will keep grinding these TikTok ones. Everybody that is watching over there, if you can drop a follow and make it easier for me to pin your comments up and blow through these questions, it would be greatly appreciated. I've got Junior over here saying Swift or Gainwell. I am going to take DeAndre Swift here, even though Kenny has been getting some solid involvement. This is a must-win game for the Bears, as is any game now as they aim to clinch the division. I think you got to be betting on them to do everything they can to score as many points possible. Purdy at Indianapolis or Herbert at Dallas. We are going Justin Herbert against that Dallas Cowboys defense. We've got bench 1, McLaurin, Flowers, Metcalf. If I'm benching one of these guys, I'm benching Zay Flowers. I just like the upside swinging of DK Metcalf in the playoffs here, who is seeming to find his stride with Aaron Rodgers as we come down the stretch. Pinning this comment up for Lost Mob saying Rico or Aaron Jones. I'm going to take Rico Dowdle. A lot of incentives coming into play, as I mentioned earlier, for Rico Dowdle these final 2 weeks, both in rushing yards and touchdowns, to potentially get a nice little roster bonus, which I know his teammates and his coaches are probably going to thank him for his phenomenal performance this season by getting him there. Brody over on the tube that's made for you again. He says, for QB, are you going Brissett or Dart, 6-point passing touchdown? That is a tough one. I think I'm still going to lean Jackson Dart. I know the touchdown upside is potentially there even with Brissett, but I like the rushing upside that Dart is going to give you here. Joe, thank you for the follow. Emiliano, thank you for the follow. Chris Fizz, thank you for the follow. Emiliano is saying, are we playing Wan'Dale Robinson or Mike Evans? I am going to lean Mike Evans on this one. Aiden saying Harvey or Goddard. I will go Harvey for the opportunity touches. Dylan says Amarian Hampton or Javonte Williams. I am going to play Javonte Williams here. Manolo, thank you for the follow, friend. He says Corum or Judkins. I am going to play Judkins this week. I don't like playing either of the Rams running backs against a staunch Seattle Seahawks front 7 this week in primetime. Could be a low-scoring game. Chop Boy, one of the OGs, man. How are you? Don't need you to drop a follow because you've been around from the beginning, pal. He says, is Jaylen Warren reliable anymore with how much they're using Gainwell? The answer to that is super frustrating, and it is a no. He is not trustable anymore. I am also dealing with the same problems you are. Kenneth Gainwell has unfortunately started to vulture these touches enough that I do not feel good about rolling Jaylen Warren out at this point in time. Herx, thank you so much for the follow, man. I'm going to pin you up right now. He says Godwin or Flowers. I will take Zay Flowers on this one, just for the lack of target competition. Slav says, yo, Stafford or Knicks. I am going to go with Knicks. I do not want to be playing Stafford against the Seahawks defense. Chris Fizz saying Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jacoby Myers, Evans, Justin Jefferson for wide receiver 2 and flex. So if we're picking 2 here, I am going to be picking Chris Olave, and I'm going to be picking Mike Evans this week. Okay? Thoughts on Waller versus Cincinnati? Is Tua benched? We don't know. We don't know if Tua is going to get benched here. That's number one. There was some comments about it. I don't think I see that happening. I think they'll roll him out. But crazier things have happened. And to be honest, I should probably know this as I am the Josh McDaniels look-alike. Mike McDaniels. God, why do I keep saying Josh? I am the Mike McDaniels Mike McDaniel. I can't even talk. I was gonna say I'm his look-alike, but I guess not because I can't even pronounce his name right now. I'm going crazy. But your boy's been talking for an hour straight and trying to get through as many of these questions as I can. So I'm starting to go dyslexic. Thank you guys for the support, though. Appreciate you out here. If you're not already following, go ahead and drop a quick follow. It makes it a lot easier for me to monitor my chat and pin up your questions. And on top of that, if you haven't joined the free Discord already, it's nice and easy. Just hop over to dynastypricecheck.com, www.dynastypricecheck.com. My username with the .com on the end of it, and click the join free Discord. You can join us for the watch party on Thursday for Thursday Night Football while we watch the game all together in the Discord, and I answer all your start-sit questions for the week. On top of that, we are going to have Sunday watch parties, Monday watch parties, and all the above as we finish out this season, as well as direct and exclusive access to me and my Dynasty takes throughout the entire offseason as we help you rebuild your rosters. Thank you so much for that plug as we get back to our questions. I got Dirty Mike over here saying start Lamar Jackson, Tyler Shook, or Bryce Young. I don't like these options, to be frank. I did maybe say earlier that you probably okay playing Tyler Shook here based off matchup alone, but I think on further appearance, we're going to just take Lamar Jackson and trust the process. Merked1 over on the tube that's made for you. Thank you for coming through. He says drop Jalen Warren or Hampton rest of the season. If we're dropping one of them, we're dropping Jalen Warren. I'd rather have Hampton for the long haul, but I don't feel good about dropping any running backs during the playoffs as injuries happen left and right, and you never know who you're going to need to spot start. Adam, thank you for the follow over on TikTok, my friend. Gonna bang through some of these questions. SS Castillo as well. Thank you for the follow. Gonna pin you up right now. He says Kyle Pitts or Colby Parkinson off waivers. We're gonna go Kyle Pitts here, even though Colby Parkinson has been giving you solid production, and I don't think it's a bad bet either way. User's got a Dynasty question for me, which I love. If you're not already in the Discord for Dynasty discussion, please hop in there. We were talking all day, every day today about Dynasty trades that we all love. Would love to help you with your roster construction here and keep this conversation going off stream. He says, what can I sell the 102 for? 27 mid first and 2 seconds. I currently have 13 first, 5 and 27 and 5 and 28. That's incredible. I mean, look, for the 102, I think you can get a solid return. I mean, for the 102, we're talking probably a Garrett Wilson at least a James Cook, someone in that kind of range there. And so if you're looking for immediate production, Nico Collins, someone of that level, I think is no question there. Potentially you could shoot even higher. I mean, obviously we're outside of the range of like a JSN, but could you do the 102 in a second combined and go get yourself Chris Olave plus, the potential upside of a Javonte Williams, assume a little bit of risk before he signs a deal here in free agency. There's tons of options here for you, but I'd like to see more on the roster and get a better feel for everything going on. So hop over in the Discord. It is free to join. Like I said, just go over to my website, dynastypricecheck.com, and join up. I've got Push Effect Podcast. Love the name again. I'm so curious on what we're pushing and what we're affecting, my friend, and I appreciate your follow. He says, if Jacobs doesn't play, Emmanuel Wilson or Michael Carter. This one, we're still going to go Emmanuel Wilson. If Jacobs doesn't play, we're taking Wilson for sure. He's getting good usage in that Green Bay system, and I trust the Green Bay offense a hell of a lot more as they battle for the playoffs. We've got Pukella. Pukella, what's up? Says Dak Prescott or Stroud or Caleb Williams. I had Mahomes, but he's out for the season. Bowers, Pitts, Waller. Okay, we're going to go Bowers. I know. The Raiders have not looked good. We're still going to go Bowers, and we're going to go Dak Prescott here, okay? All right. Appreciate your follow, man. We got Junior over here saying Theo Johnson, Malik Washington, Gainwell, Goddard. Here's the interesting one. If I'm leaning Theo Johnson here, but I think with how well Kenneth Gainwell's been playing recently, you do have to play Gainwell unless there is a tight end premium, okay? So we're going to go Gainwell, and we're going to go with the tight end premium. If there is one, we're going to go Theo Johnson here, okay? Vincenzo saying Devonta Smith or Cortland Sutton. Think I'm going to go Cortland Sutton here. Lost Mob saying DJ Moore or Michael Wilson. It's Michael Wilson pretty comfortably here. Best defenses. Obviously Seattle Seahawks number 1. Rams will probably find this week too in a low scoring primetime game. Outside of that, I think the Saints have a good matchup this week. I think it's against the Bengals potentially, but can't remember actually. Okay. Taking a deep breath here as I just went crazy talk. All right, guys, let's get through some more of these questions. If you're not already following here on TikTok, make sure you drop a quick follow, and I will pin your questions up to get answered. AW says Matthew Stafford or Baker Mayfield. I am going to go Baker here. We've got Swift or JJ. I'm going to go Swift here. I've got Axel saying Stafford or Lamar or Brissett. I'm going to go Lamar just for the potential rushing upside here. I know it doesn't feel good, and I don't feel that great about it either, but I think we got to go back to the well. The Ravens are still fighting for a playoff spot. We got Jupes saying Walker, Gainwell, or Harvey. Hate your options here. I want to tell you to play Kenneth Walker, but I just don't feel good enough about it. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to tell you to play Kenneth Gainwell, as crazy as that sounds. UFC nerd, what's up, man? Don't need to tell you to follow. You've been here before, around the block once or twice, my friend. He says Jackson Dart or Jared Goff this week. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4-point passing touchdown. Yeah, we're taking the stack here, man. Let's go Goff. Let's go Goff and roll him out. Dimitri, thank you for coming through, man. He says Dart or McCarthy. Pick 3 out of Diggs, Wandale, Brees, Rico, Ibuka. Well, we're going Dart here, and then we're going out of these 3. I'm going to go Wandale, Brees, and Rico. Okay, you just straight skipped my question pinned. Sorry, Mason. Did I? My bad. I'll pin it up again. He says pick 3, PPR, Evans, J-Mo, Wilson, Rice, London, and Burrow or Brissett. We are going to go with Evans. We're going to go with Rice. And if London's playing, we're going to go with London. If not, I'm going to roll out Michael Wilson. And if you're going to play Michael Wilson, we're going to roll out Jacoby Brissett and just go ahead and take the big old stack to the championship. Okay? Another comment pinned here says Brissett or T-Law. I'm going to go T-Law. I know it's a tough matchup against Denver. I don't care. Aaron Jones or Waddle, and Brenton Strange or Tyler Warren. Well, we're going to go Waddle here over Aaron Jones, and I'm going to go Tyler Warren over Brenton Strange, okay? Turbo says, who do I keep for next season, J-Mo or Travis Etienne? This is a brutal one. Is this for Dynasty? Is this for Keeper? This is tough. My gut reaction is says hold the running back. I know it's not as sexy as holding Jameson Williams, who's getting a nice little value spike here, but I do think Travis Etienne's going to be a potential league winner here, and I do think that having another running back is going to be nice. You're saying you're already keeping JSN and CMC. Yeah, I'm going to tell you to do it then. I'm going to tell you to hold Travis Etienne here. It's probably better value for you. You don't have to worry about the running back situation. You can roll CMC and Etienne out and feel pretty good next year along with JSN, and then you can still plug and play wide receiver as you sort out the rest of your draft. All right, man? I got Dylan in here saying Michael Wilson, Mike Evans, Wandale. Am I only picking one? If I'm only picking one, we're going Mike Evans. But let me know if you got more context on that one. DK or Ladd. We're going to go DK Metcalf here. I've got Arngler saying start Hurts or Brissett. I am going to take Hurts here just for the rushing upside until they ban this tush push, okay? Theo Johnson or Goddard. This one I actually am going to tell you to play Theo Johnson. I really like the upside of Theo Johnson's matchup this week, not to mention him and Dart are building a very tight-knit relationship, and Jackson Dart feels inclined to feed him the ball. If you guys are watching over on TikTok, I am going to grab a couple of these T-Witch questions, but make sure you are following here so as I hop back over, I can pin up your comments and answer them all as soon as I get through this one from Gray Ganjolf saying, I need help. I'm in a championship, and I'm unsure who to start at wide receiver in my first quarterback. I have A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and I'm picking up Evans off waivers, hopefully. I have Burrow and May. I think my running backs are good. I have Gibbs, Kyron Williams. Yes, your running backs are fine. I like that move. Now, if you have Burrow and May, I'm going to play Drake May here. Now, if you are looking at your wide receiver room here, are you starting 2 or are you starting 3 and you need a flex? If you're picking up Mike Evans here, I think I am going to do Mike Evans. I am going to do Terry McLaurin, and I'm going to do A.J. Brown. Now, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is ruled out, I would be okay playing Michael Wilson over Terry McLaurin. That's my answer for you. You need to start 2 in a flex. There you go. Yep, so there you have it. We're going A.J. Brown. We're going Terry McLaurin and Mike Evans. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is for sure ruled out, then we're going to swap McLaurin for Michael Wilson. And we're going to roll out A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, and Michael Wilson. And then, like I said, you are good to go on those sweet, sweet quarterbacks and running backs that we already talked about here. Okay, here we go. 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 All right, we've got. Let's see. What do I have here? Back over to the TikTok questions. Gonna pin some of these up. Thank you guys for following the assignment. I got Jaden over here saying AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutton, T Higgins start 3. Yeah, we are going to go AJ Brown. We are going to go Jalen Waddle, and we're going to go T Higgins here. Barack, appreciate the follow from you, my friend. He says, start 3, Mike Evans, Zay Flowers, George Pickens, Devonta Smith. We are going to go Mike Evans, George Pickens, and Zay Flowers here. Okay? My comment was bad. That's funny as hell. He says, Saints or Eagles defense. I think I'm still going to take the Eagles this week. Theo Johnson or Goddard. I'm going Theo Johnson. Roman Taylor says Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Troy Franklin, Devonta Smith. Well, Devontae Adams isn't going to play, pal. So we got A.J. Brown. Well, yeah, that leaves you with 3. A.J. Brown, Troy Franklin, Devonta Smith. There you go. That's what I got for you because Devontae Adams is not playing. Blake Wilson says Ladd or Kyron at the flex. We're going to go Kyron, even though it's against a tough Seattle Seahawks team here. I think no matter what, you still got to roll him out. I got Malls over here saying Harvey or Gainwell. I'm probably going to lean Kenny Gainwell, as dirty as it sounds. I'm going to go with Kenny Gainwell here. We've got Allen or Burrow. It's always Josh Allen, buddy. Thank you for the follow, Malls. Thank you for the follow, Junior. And thank you for the follow, Jake. Appreciate you guys very kindly. Blake Wilson, thank you for the follow as well. Kiki saying Terry, Sutton, or Flowers. Out of that group, I'm going to lean Scary Terry. Now, on top of that, what else do I got here? Oh, chat's going crazy. Sorry, guys. Trying to keep up with everybody here. Troy Joseph, thank you for the follow as well, Troy. Let's see. Troy is saying, who do I bench out of Henry, Judkins, and Harvey? You're probably benching Harvey out of those 3 and just going to roll with Henry and Judkins, even though I don't feel fantastic about it. Nav, thank you for the follow, my friend. Ernest is out here saying, start 2, DK, Justin Jefferson, Jennings, and Sutton. I'm going to go with DK. I'm going to go with I hate telling you to not play Justin Jefferson. It feels wrong, but I'm going to go with DK and probably Sutton here. It feels so dirty, though. No, we're going to go DK and Justin Jefferson. If we die on the Justin Jefferson hill, so be it, honestly. I can't. Reggie, thank you for the follow. Avery says Darnold, Baker, Dak, 2 QB league. Yeah, we're going to go Baker and Dak. I love me my Seattle Seahawks, and you guys know me. I am a born and raised Seattle Seahawk till I die. But that all being said, I watched Sam Darnold see ghosts last time we played the Rams and throw 4 interceptions. So just from a hesitancy perspective, I got to be safe here. Woozy over on the tube. Thank you for coming through. He says KC or Bills defense also Baker, Caleb, or Love. I'm going to go KC on this one, and then we're going to go Baker on the quarterback situation. I wouldn't hate playing Jordan Love either. I'm just avoiding Caleb Williams, to be completely frank with you. I don't trust his accuracy right now. Eagles or Broncos defense, probably going to go Eagles. Mario saying Dart or Brissett. It's going to be Dart for the rushing upside pretty comfortably here. I've got Parkinson, Stranger, Schultz. Probably going to go Parkinson 1, Schultz 2. Blake is saying Dallas Gatto or Jake Ferguson. Let's go Jakey Ferg this weekend. Hunter Boy is saying start Jalen Hurts or Jared Goff. We're going to go Jared Goff here. I know, kind of a switch up after I've been talking about Russian quarterbacks. Thank you, Hunter, for the follow. Nav, see your question now. Thank you for the follow. He says Olave or Devonta Smith. I'm going to go Chris Olave here. We've got 2 saying I need to start 2. Pitts, McBride, Parkinson. Well, you're always starting McBride. You're going McBride and you're going Pitts here, I think. Okay. We've got start 2. Evans, Adams, Dowdle, Terry. Well, Adams is not going to play. So we're going to go Dowdle and we're going to go Terry McLaurin here. Okay. All right. Ernest, Tracy or Warren. Is this Tyler Warren or Jalen Warren, buddy? Tyler Warren or Jalen Warren? Let me know and I'll do the best I can to get you. Troy says, do I do Harvey or T. Higgins? I'd probably lean T. Higgins personally. Canoose, what's up, Canoose? Says Fannin or Waller. Probably going to go Harold Fannin still here. If you guys are watching over on TikTok, please do me a favor and drop a quick follow so I can pin some of your comments up. Los Bos says Waller or Parkinson. I'll go Parkinson on that one. Do I do Sleepy Popsicle? Sleepy Popsicle, that's funny as hell. May or Stafford? It's May by a mile. We got JCM or John Taylor. Come on. I know you're saying he's been selling. Don't don't get me on this. You're playing Jonathan Taylor every single week. I don't care how bad his performances are. He could put up 3 zeros in a row, and you're still playing Jonathan Taylor. But guys, did you watch that Colts game? Like the Colts Seahawks game? I know it was a terrible watch, and believe me, it pained me as I witnessed it. But they just wanted to hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor a million times. The only reason he sold you is because Seattle knew it was coming. They knew they weren't going to be able to throw with Phillip Rivers, and they packed that box, and their defense is elite. Lamar or Dart? This one's going to be Dart by a pretty comfortable margin here. Sleepy Popsicle, Joe Queen, thank you for the follow. So we got Joe Queen in here saying, start 2, Wandale, Jaden Reed, Michael Carter, Troy Franklin, Brees Hall, Kenneth Gainwell, Brian Thomas Jr. We're going to start Brian Thomas Jr., and we are going to start Wandale Robinson, I think. Yeah, BTJ and Wandale Robinson here. Okay, I don't hate playing Brees Hall, though, if you really need to, okay? KJF Sports Cards, thank you for coming through and dropping a quick follow. Greatly appreciate you, pal. Blake says, Joey B, Dart. We're going Dart. Tracy or Jalen Warren. Give me Tyrone Tracy there. Now with Gainwell in the picture, I just don't like it. Joseph Preston saying Colby Parkinson or Bowers. We're going to go Bowers here. I can't tell you to play Parkinson over him, even though he's been giving you some solid performance. Judkins, Neal, or Wilson at the flex. I am going to be playing Michael Wilson if Marv is for sure ruled out, and if not, we're going to go with Judkins there. Ernest says Tracy. I got that one already. Pick 2, Parkinson, Schultz, or Wandale in a tight end premium league. Let's roll out both tight ends. No. Yeah, let's roll out. But give me Wandale and Schultz here. Benny, thank you for the follow, man. Let's pin you up. He says Waller, Bowers, or Warren. Let's go with Brock. Is this Tyler Warren or Jalen Warren? If it's Tyler Warren, let's go Tyler. Let's go Tyler Warren. Okay. Bowers or Waller. Still going to go Bowers here. I know it doesn't feel good, but that's what we're going to do. Barcode says, is there a way that I could get into my first Dynasty with you guys after the season ends? Yeah, of course, Barcode. Absolutely, man. You know, for all of you that are watching and don't know already, I do tons of Dynasty listener leagues. We are actually going to start drafting literally as soon as the fantasy football playoffs are over. I know you guys are going to look at me and say, this guy's crazy. You want to start drafting already again? Of course I do. I've already announced this, so this will be your reminder here. I will be launching 10 listener leagues where you can play with me in a Dynasty league and my awesome community of hyperactive traders and locked-in players. They are very affordable and friendly and a great time to be a part of. We actually launched 5 this last season, the inaugural 5. They've been awesome. We've been loving it this season. We are going to do 10 more starting the beginning of next season. So if you would like to reserve your spot in a Dynasty Price Check official listener league, I promise it'll be the most fun league you ever join, the best league of all the leagues. You guys can go ahead and hop in the Discord. That is going to be the way that we are spinning up all these leagues, so you must be a member in there. Don't worry, it's totally free. Just a good place for all of us to talk, and we give you a listener league tag, and you'll get a nice little icon next to your name with your established listener league, so we all know which league you're a part of. But make sure you join the Discord. Go over to my website, dynastypricecheck.com. Click Join Free Discord. You will get the opportunity to play in a listener league with me, and then go ahead and tag me on the Discord or send me a message that says, hold my spot in your next listener league, and we will add you to the list and get you ready to go so that when we start launching all these listener leagues at the start of the offseason, you will have a spot. Thank you for asking. Barcode, you've been a OG and a real one. You will absolutely have a spot in whatever league you want, my friend. You don't even have to send me that message. I already got you on the list, bro. I know you. I know you. Make sure we're studied up on Dynasty, though, and ready to go. This startup draft, don't want you guys to get your asses kicked. It's serious. There's a lot of trading that goes on, so understanding player values definitely will help you prepping. Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it, Benny. Benny and the Jet Perry. Appreciate you, bro. Let me know if you got another question here, and I'll try to pin you on up. I've fallen a little bit behind on the chat here, but nothing serious. I've got Matty Moe saying Warren or pick up Waller. I'll go Warren here. We've got Jordan Perlman saying Jalen Warren, Gainwell, or Tracy. I feel like if you're going to play one of the two Pittsburgh guys, you just got to play them both. So I'll tell you to start Tyrone Tracy, even though it don't feel no good. Luca says pick two, Gainwell, Hampton, Judkins. Let's just go Hampton and Judkins. I know Gainwell's been giving you production, but Gav, thank you for the follow and the question. Pearsall or Addison? I don't think Ricky's going to play, so you are going Addison here. Jack, thank you for the follow. Junior says Malik Washington, Devonta Smith, or Kittle. Okay, we're going to go Devonta Smith out of the two receivers here, and then we're going to go Kittle over Theo Johnson. Okay? Super Smash Face, thanks for coming through on the tube, man. He says pick two, Gainwell, Hall, Henry. Tough one. Tough one. Honestly, I think I'm just going to tell you to start your studs, and we're playing Hall and Henry, even though it doesn't feel good. Who'd the Jets play this week? Can someone remind me? I'm coming to blank here. Coming to blank. Someone let me know who the Jets are playing right now. I might tell you to sit Hall in exchange for Kenneth Gainwell, to be frank. We got Abuka, New Orleans. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to play Henry and we're going to play Gainwell. Okay. All right. Abuka or DK this week. Give me DK Metcalf. Mario says Warren or Waller. That's Tyler Warren. We're going to go with Tyler. Getting it 24. What's up, man? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. If you got a question, I'll pin it up here as soon as I see it. I've got Higgins or Wilson. We are going to go with Michael Wilson if Marv is ruled out, and if not, we'll roll out Higgins, assuming that's T and not Jaden. Stafford, Lawrence, Love, or McCarthy. Let's go ahead and roll out Jordan Love out of this group. Alex B is saying, who do I leave out? Evans, Rice, London, Sutton. Out of this group, I would be leaving out Sutton if I had to pick, okay? Jackie Boy, now I see it. He says, pick one, PPR, Gainwell, Terry, Franklin. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin on that one. Luis says, Michael Wilson or Stephon Diggs or Breece Hall. If Marv is ruled out, we're playing Michael Wilson. If not, we'll go and lean Breece Hall there. Okay, getting it 24 says Diggs, Michael Wilson, or Jameson Williams is my flex. JSN Pickens are my starters. Fair enough. Out of this group, I'm probably going to go Jameson Williams if Marv is playing. If Marv is not playing, I'll play Michael Wilson in the flex. Okay. Benny the Jet says Mayfield or Brissett. Man, I don't have any issue playing Jacoby here, but I think I'm going to tell you to lean Baker Mayfield here. I think the Bucs are looking for a get-right game, and Baker has got to step up and be the guy here. Gav says Addison, Carter, or Adonai for the flex. Ugh, hate your options here. I think we're going to go Carter. Ernest says start one at the flex. Jefferson, Jennings, Jalen Warren. Again, I hate these options. We're going to go to Justin Jefferson. I know I don't feel good about it. I know you don't feel good about it. We can live in discomfort together, my friend. Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Jacoby Myers. We're going to take Jacoby Myers here. Gustav, thank you for the follow. We got Jennings or Reed. I'm going to play Jaden Reed. Do I trust Keenan Allen's usage against the Cowboys or keep Tet starting? We're going to keep Tet starting there. Chino, thank you for hopping in here. He says, right now I got Rico, Flex 1, and Etienne in Flex 2, RB1, RB2, Judkins, and Gibbs. Remove anyone. No, you need to be playing Travis Etienne from this point forward, though, guys. If there's any question about Travis Etienne, I'm going to tell you to play him every single time, like, unequivocally. Like, he is a bona fide league winner at this point. I've got Aiden in here saying Flex Diggs, Gainwell, Harvey, Parkinson. Out of this group, I think I'm going to go with Gainwell, even though it doesn't feel that good. Wandale or Harvey. I'm going to play Wandale Robinson still. Brady James says, how do I join the one of the listener Dynasty startups? Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, it's going to be through the Discord. That's going to be your best way to do it. So go on over to www.dynastypricecheck.com. Just my username, dynastypricecheck.com. Once you're there, there'll be a big button on the homepage that says join free Discord. Go ahead and click on that. Once you're inside and you're in the general chat, just go ahead and tag me. Say at Dynasty Price Check, hold my spot in your listener league, and I will go ahead and write you down ready to go because we are going to be launching, like I said, 10 Dynasty startups during the offseason here. They are awesome for your guys' Barcode also says, best free Discord I've seen, fellas. Lots of content in there. Thank you. Thank you, Barcode. I mean, not to mention, we got all the games in there, guys. If you're like, oh, I don't want to pay for all the streaming services. Well, I can't really broadcast it, but we are streaming the games in there, okay? On top of that, we're going to have some fun watch parties. Okay, on top of that, let's keep in mind for the Dynasty Listener Leagues, in case you guys are trying to play, we do play my specific format, which is a deep Start 11 league. I got a Start 11 tight end premium Superflex league in the Discord with 30 roster spots. We go 4 rounds of rookie picks. It is a blast. Tons of movement, tons of trading, all good stuff. Michael M. Unk, I need this help. Lamar, T-Law, Purdy, Goff. Okay, here I'm honestly just going Goff. I'm going Goff. The Lions are in a must-win situation each and every week here as they prep for the playoffs. Barcode, man, I gotta also just say thanks. Thank you for always being in the chat and supporting me, and plugging the program and hanging out with the boys. We are blessed to have you, man. Great member of the community. We got T-Mac, Sutton, or JMO. My gut is telling me I want to play Tet here. But I think JMO could potentially have more upside for you. Chino says, thanks, man. How about between Purdy or Hurts? I think I'm going to go with Brock Purdy here. I know the Colts defense held Seattle down, but I think Shanahan's going to unplug him a bit. Barcode says, no, thank you, man. Help me reach the second seed. Looking like we're getting that ring. Hell yeah, man. I hope that works out for you. That would be awesome. Gustav says, who do I start flex? Hampton or Judkins or Pittman? I also have Waddle starting wide receiver. Out of this group, I think I'm going to go Hampton. If I had to pick here, okay? I got Damon Dior. What's up? Saying start 2, Unk. Waddle, Rice, or Pitts. We're going to go with, if there's no tight end premium, I'm just going to go Waddle and Rice. If there's a tight end premium, I'll go Rice and Pitts. Guys, also, if you are watching over here on TikTok, go ahead and drop a quick follow, and I can pin some of these comments up and make my life a little bit easier. Junior says, Chargers, Saints, or Falcons for defense? I think we're going to go with the Saints. Keon says, Genty, Judkins, Henry, Etienne. We're going to go with Etienne and Judkins here. Aaron Jones or Brees? I'm going to go Aaron Jones, I think. Robert, Rafe, Keon, thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate you. Rafe says, I can pick Waller up off the waivers. Should I pick him up for Kincaid or Fergie? You could pick up Waller if you had to. I'll drop Kincaid for him. But I don't think you really need to. You have decent options here. Nix or Brissett? I'm probably going to actually lean Jacoby Brissett just ever so slightly this week. Chino says, you think it's a good time to drop Pierce? I mean, if it's a redraft league, yeah. If it's Dynasty, no. I like Alec Pierce as a buy, actually. Adrian, thank you for the follow, man. He says, confidence in Evans in the flex. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think Mike Evans will be totally great flex play for you entering the playoffs. He is the guy. Always, every year. Should I start Dak or Dart? Now, look, I like playing the upside of Jackson Dart here, but I think you're going to go Dak as the safe play. Spencer, 30 Goats, you're the man. Thank you so much for hopping in. What's good? Speaking of listener leagues, man, Spencer's in one of our listener leagues, 2 of our listener leagues, actually, and he is ripping out here, doing everything he can to take down the current reigning champ in R&R, man. You are really gearing up in time for the playoffs. It's a hell of a fun time to watch. Skyler's in here saying pick 3, Chase, Pickens, Evans, Myers, Sutton. We're going to go Chase, Pickens, and Evans. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. Brandon says start Hampton, Myers, or Reed. This one I am going to go with Amari and Hampton if it's just 1. And if it's 2, I'm going to go with Hampton and Jaden Reed here. Spencer says, yes, sir, they're lit, super stoked. Yes, they are, bro. It is an awesome time. We've got a bunch of great stuff going. C God says, Dynasty League, let's go. Love me some Dynasty content. Mahomes and Algier or Hurts and Jalen Wright. Gonna go Mahomes and Algier here. I know Jalen Hurts used to get tons of rushing upside. Not to say he won't rush anymore, but I do think the tush push is going to get banned in the offseason. I think it's a good window to buy Patty Mahomes, and I actually quite like Tyler Algier. If you guys haven't already, head over to my YouTube page, same username, Dynasty Price Check, and check out my Dynasty offseason buys here. And Tyler Algier is fat heavy on that list, actually. Going into a contract year, I think he could land a starting job spot somewhere or be the goal line back for a team like the Houston Texans, potentially, with a guy like Woody Marks in there working as the receiving back. Regardless, I think Tyler Algier's got a lot of upside here and would love to see him leave the Falcons for broader horizons. Okay? Gonna hop on back over to TikTok here and answer some of these questions. If you're not already following here while I juggle the multi-stream chat, please go ahead and drop a follow so that I can pin your comments and make my life a little bit easier as I rip through these here. I've got Tet, Waddle, Hampton, Judkins, Abuka, pick 2. We are going to be going Tetero McMillan here and Amarian Hampton here. Squants is saying Tyrone Tracy or Amika for the flex. I think I'm still going to tell you to go Abuka here. I think this is a get-right game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Spencer says 2026 wide receiver class versus 2024 wide receiver class is Tyson, Boston, Tate, Lemon, Conception, quality. Now, look, I love this 26 class. I know a lot of people are not as high on it, and they're saying punt your picks for 27. I completely disagree. I think it's an extremely deep wide receiver class, especially for the folks that are trying to build around some of these young wide receivers with upside. Now, some of the guys you listed here, I'm not huge on. I'm not as big on Casey Conception, and believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually as high on Carnell Tate as most people. I think he's got a good floor, but maybe not as much upside. My guys, though, I think Tyson's a legend. I think Lemon's a stud. I think, speaking of that, sticking in that USC room, I think a really deep sleeper that I like is Jacoby Lane. I like his upside and potential here. And obviously, I'm going to like Denzel Boston to some degree because I'm a University of Washington homer, okay? Laura is in the chat. Thank you, Laura. She says Waller or Warren tight ends. I'm still probably going to take Tyler Warren here, even though I know Darren Waller has been giving you upside. I do think the Colts, with Phillip Rivers having a little bit more time under his belt here, is able to move a bit better this week, although Robert Saleh is definitely gonna come in there. Yo, what's good? It's Howie. What's up, Derek? Howie, good to see you, man. Robert, Parkinson or Goddard. I'm going to go with Goddard there. Yash, thank you for the follow. Chase, thank you for the follow. Riker, thank you for the follow. Skylar says Purdy or Hurts. I am going to be going with Jalen Hurts there. Henry says Loveland, Juwan, or Strange. This one is going to be Loveland. Okay, Chino says one for the flex. Cortland Sutton, Rico, Diggs, Christian Watson. He's not going to play. Let's go Rico Dowdle here, man. Let's go Rico Dowdle. Rashi Rice or A.J. Brown. Skylar's asking. I'm still going to go Rashi Rice here. Love it. Love. Thank you. What about the upcoming rookie draft class? Not big on a lot of these guys, to be honest. I still have a lot more scouting to do on the running back front. I'll be completely honest. I've been diving heavily into wide receivers to start because I know it's the strength of the class. Also, just full transparency, I am still doing active NFL coverage, as you know, each and every day, and making tons of content for you guys across TikTok and YouTube and the long forms, and still getting to stream in here. Gotta pat myself on the back for a second. Okay, guys, I'm holding down a job. I am streaming every single day. I'm posting 3 TikToks a day and a long form YouTube of at least 30 to 40 minutes a day. So, as I give myself a little glaze there, that is also just a reason why I'm saying probably give me a second to go through all the running backs and get a real strong handle on where I like my guys there. Don't worry, that'll all be coming over on the YouTube. If you guys are not already subscribed over there, please go on and hop over to the YouTube. Dynasty Price Check is the username. Really trying to grow some of the long form content over there, so would super appreciate the support. See God over on T-Witch is saying, do you like Tyson enough to trade the 106 and 107 to get the 102? Yes. Unquestionably, yes. I am completely sold on Jordan Tyson. And to be honest, like, I know it's going to sound like a crazy comp because everyone says this kind of shit every single year, and they're like, this is the comp, this is the comp. If you watch his tape, he moves very similarly to Justin Jefferson. And I know everyone's going to freak out. Oh my God, you just compare him to Justin Jefferson. I'm not saying he's going to be Justin Jefferson. I'm just saying the movement is similar. He's twitchy. He's got that separation ability. He's got great hands. I think Jordan Tyson has an incredible ceiling, to be honest. Um, Alex Boy says, I have Evans, Pickens, Nakua, and Mike Wilson. Which three? I'm going to go Evans, Pickens, and Nakua here. But again, Seagot, as I said, and maybe I shouldn't be giving away all my sleepers as we're about to draft a bunch this offseason. But you know what? I'm here for the people. Like I said, go take a look and watch the tape on Jacoby Lane. Okay, I think he's going to be one of those guys that you can get in the early second round, maybe even a little later than that, depending on his landing spot. And I just think his skill set really translates to the NFL. He's not a pace guy. He's not like the most electric wide receiver you've ever seen, but he has great cerebral ability to track the ball, understand routes, be able to find space in the zone. Like, he's just a guy I think has a very translatable skill set. Jack. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Jack. My bad. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Sorry, Jack. I feel terrible. My bad. I don't want to do that. Can I do this? Sorry, Jack. There we go. I meant to pin you, and I accidentally blocked you. That is my bad, Jackie boy. Let's go back and see if I can answer Jack's question. I'm so sorry, dude. He said Brissett or Dart. I'm going to say Dart, man. I'm going to say Dart. Sorry, my mouse slipped. Chino is saying, do you think it's time to give up on Rice and Kelsey? No, I think it's time to give up on Kelsey, yes. Rashee Rice, not as much. I think Gardner Minshew can still get the ball out, and Rashee Rice is mainly a yak guy, so he'll probably sell upside. Kelsey might want to rest it up a little bit here because, again, as I said for my Dynasty players out there, I don't think Travis Kelsey's retiring now. I think he's going to run it back next year. I don't see him going out like the way that this is ending. I think he wants to come back with Mahomes and try to make one more playoff run. Do you start Dowdle or Jacoby for my flex? I would personally lean Rico Dowdle, but that would be my opinion. Okay. Thrift Demon, what is up? He says Bucks, Broncos, Saints. Give me the Saints. Jack says Lemon gonna finish wide receiver 3 next year and have the best rookie season of all time. Wow, that's high praise. I mean, I do really like Mekhi Lemon. I think his upside is massive, but if Harvey is out, Buka or Slim Reaper? Who's the Slim Reaper? Woozy, who's Slim Reaper? Am I missing something here? I got Mix and Tet, Waddle, Hampton, Judkins, Abuka, pick 2. Let's go with Tet and Hampton here. RJC, thank you for sharing the live, man. Greatly appreciate you. Jed Ducey saying pick 3, Pickens, Rice, Collins, Sutton. Let's go with Pickens, Rice, Collins. Just nice 3 in a line there. Eben says, where would you say would be a perfect landing spot for wide receiver for fantasy next year? Pretty loaded question, honestly. To be honest, I think the Dolphins have a nice opportunity over there. I think Denver Broncos still have a decent opportunity to land a good receiver. I think the Bears still have openings for the wide receiver position. I think the Commanders have some openings for a wide receiver position. I think the Giants, next to Malik Neighbors, will have a nice opening, especially if they don't bring back Wan'Dale Robinson. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have opportunity for wide receivers. And to be frank, I think that the A.J. Brown is probably not going to be on the Eagles next year, and that could mean that the Eagles might want some too. Oh, Devonta Smith. Let's go Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith, man. Okay. Zach says pick 2. Pickens, Waddle, Sutton, Evans. I'm going to go Pickens, and I'm going to go Evans here, okay? CXHZ, thank you for the follow. He says pick 1, please. We got Pitts, Ferguson, or Waller. I think I'm going to tell you to ride Kyle Pitts off that super hot week. Jacoby or Demo. Probably going to go Jacoby here. Raphael, what's up, man? Been a minute. He says T-Law, Judkins, Brees, Ladd, pick 1. Pick 1. T-Law. You're going to play at quarterback. Hey, man, start Stafford in Seattle with heavy rain or Purdy. Anybody against the Seahawks defense, to be completely frank. Pickens or Evans. We're going to go George Pickens here, even though I love Mike Evans, you know. Rain, what's good, man? How are you, bro? You checked out some of the recent videos. You hopping in the chat. Good to see you, man. Dean says pick for the flex, Abuka Pearsall if he plays, or Carter. I'm gonna go Abuka here. You think Parkinson over Kelsey this week? Yes. Nixon or Dart? Nix or Dart. I'll go Dart, and let's go Abuka. Start to Rice, Wilson, Evans. We'll go Rice and Evans here. If Marv is for sure ruled out, I don't have an issue with you subbing in Wilson for Evans. Let's see. Zach says Jacksonville defense, a solid pick this week. Not a lot of options. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, against Denver should be okay. Been watching recent videos. Absolute bangers. Got to catch up on a few more. Love the content you're producing, man. Straight grinding. Thank you. Thank you, Rain. We are grinding right now. I'm trying to hold down the job, do the stream every day, still give you 3 TikTok videos a day, and on top of that, give you a YouTube long form now. We are burning out a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. The season's almost over. We're going to have the fun offseason of Dynasty, scouting, and prospecting ahead of us. I am loving connecting with all you guys and having more folks on the Discord as of lately, doing the watch parties in there for all the games, talking ball. It's been a blast. So thank you for the support, guys. I've got Benny over here saying Colby, Kincaid, Henry. Gonna go with, out of this group, probably still gonna roll Colby Parkinson here. Gotti says, start Rashi Rice or Sutton. I'm gonna go Rashi Rice here still. We are gonna go Gonzo asking Amika or Hendo. It's gonna be Travion Henderson here flying onto the scene. Amika or Bill. Still gonna go Amika here. I don't trust Bill. Mick says Gadsden or Fannin. We're gonna go with Harold Fannin here. Tony says Dak, Purdy, or Caleb Williams. I am going to go with Dak Prescott here. We got Waller or Parkinson. I am going to go with Darren Waller here. Fish E says, hey, man, I'm in a 14-man league. Should I start Jacoby Myers or Shakir? I would go Jacoby Myers. And honestly, props to you for the 14-man league. Love to see that. That is elite ball knowledge there. We've got Chino saying last one. No worries, man. Appreciate all the support today. And hopefully we can get you in the Discord, man. Come join the Discord. You can chat it up with me whenever you want. Hat and mustache. Thank you, Gotti. Appreciate the support, my man. He says, last one. Purdy versus Rivers, Colts, or Hurts versus Daniels, Commanders. I think I'm going to take Jalen Hurts, man. I think I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. We've got CHX saying Jefferson, Abuka, or Judkins. Honestly, I think I'm going to play Judkins here. Frank Weaver saying Herbert or Brissett. I'm going to take Justin Herbert against the Dallas Cowboys this week. Of course, Fishy, thank you for coming through. Hopefully, if you guys have not already, drop a quick follow here and support you, boy. We have been live an hour and 30 minutes already. We're going to keep going for another 5 or 10 minutes here since it is almost midnight, and your boy does still got to work tomorrow, but we've been bringing you 3 TikTok videos a day, 1 YouTube long form video, and a stream every day. Okay, Anthony, go all in for Parkinson. That's what people are saying. People love Parkinson. Stafford or Dart, Olive. We're going to go with Dart here, my man. Going to go with Dart. Thank you for the follow, Fish E. Appreciate you. Garrett Wilson, if he returns. Nah, I don't think he's going to. I think we're going to go RJ Harvey here. I don't see a reason why they're going to gas up Garrett Wilson and potentially hurt him again right before the end of the year when they got nothing to play for. JMO or J Jettis half PPR. Hate it, but we're going to go JMO. Hampton or Harvey. I'm going to go with Amari and Hampton here. Quick water break. Mike Evans or Sutton? Give me Mike Evans here, man. Give me Mike Evans. Junior, I said JMO. On that one. Guys, I'm going to roll for about 5 more minutes here. If you have not already, go ahead and join the free Discord. So if in case you have any other questions, I didn't get to your question tonight, or you want to just be included on the awesome watch parties we got going in the Discord for every single game of the NFL this season, where you can talk to me on the voice channel one-on-one. We can talk about all your teams. We can talk about your hot takes. We can pick our pick'ems together. We can have a blast. Doesn't matter. Hop over to dynastypricecheck.com. It is also pinned on my profile here, but you can go over to dynastypricecheck.com, my username with a .com, and you can click the Join Free Discord button on the website. That will give you access to the Members Lounge. where you can ask me questions all week long. Hop in the watch parties and get your rosters, Dynasty rosters, broken down by me. If you feel so inclined and appreciate me going live every single day in all the videos I am bringing you, hop over to the website. Maybe consider getting yourself a Dynasty Detox, which is going to be a full roster review, Dynasty breakdown, 3-year Dynasty plan, all your offseason moves. I will do with you one-on-one for your league. Will retool the roster and get you sorted for the future. You can also hop over to the website and buy me a coffee. Top right corner, nice little link. That would be fantastic. Then I can keep talking at auctioneer's speed for you all day long. Outside of that, we got Gotti in here saying start T-Law versus the Broncos. We are totally fine starting Trevor Lawrence this week. They are playing for everything they got. One other thing, guys, forgot to mention, which is going to be so much fun tomorrow, is as we always have every Wednesday, your boy will be hosting his radio show on San Diego Sports 760 Radio. I will be streaming live here the entire radio show so that you guys can come along with me behind the scenes as we do a radio show from home tomorrow, so you can experience what it's like. We are going to be talking about football. We are going to be answering your fantasy football start-sit questions. You can call into the radio line, text into the radio line, and talk to me directly over the air. Even if you are not local to the San Diego area, you can listen along on the iHeartRadio app. Or if you are in the Discord, I will be sharing the link in there like always so that you can come along on the radio show. If you're looking at this guy and you were saying, this guy's got a face that's made for the radio, we don't want him anywhere near a TV, but he bets he is good looking on the radio. You're right. You're right. I have a face made for the radio. So come through, support the radio show. Be here for the stream tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. Oliver says pick one. Pollard, Dowdle, Brian Thomas Jr., Godwin, Fannin, Parkinson, Marvin Harrison, Keenan, Allen. Give me, at all these guys, Brian Thomas Jr. I know you're going to be like, that's crazy. I'm crazy. Call me crazy. Mung says start Sutton over Jay Jettis. I don't feel good about it, but yes. Dak or Bo Nix, I'm going to play Dak. Prescott. Juan says I lost Mahomes. Shroud, Shook, Bryce Young. I'm going to go Stroud there. Baker or Herbert. Let's go Herbert for matchup against Dallas this week. Jay says Trevor Lawrence or CJ Stroud. Gonna go with Trevor Lawrence even though it's against Denver. Okay? Guys, with that absolutely lovely, transition there. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. We have been live, like I said, for a little over an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody who has come through and supported. If you have not already, drop me a follow here on this platform. Go ahead and hop over to the YouTube channel where I'm dropping long-form content that is not available on TikTok, especially for the Dynasty Fantasy Football community. Please go ahead and drop a subscription over there as I help grow the channel. It would mean the world to me. It only takes a minute for you to go over, and I have been grinding to get the YouTubes going, so I really appreciate your guys' help and support. As I mentioned, make sure you're following along here so that you are ready to catch my radio show tomorrow, San Diego Sports 760, where you can text and call in on the air and get all your fantasy football questions featured and answered. You can catch me on the iHeartRadio app as well if you are not local just to the San Diego area. But would be thrilled to have you guys there. And if you're not already a member of the free Discord, go ahead and click the website that is pinned on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com, just my username with a .com, and join up at the free Discord. We are going to rip these last 3 questions, and we are going to be out of here. I got Baker Mayfield or Herbert. I said Herbert against the Cowboys. R is saying pick 3, GP3, Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, or Jacoby Myers. I'm going to go GP3. I'm going to go Michael Wilson, and I'm going to go Mike Evans. Nice and 3 in a row. Mong says, would you start Sutton over Jettas? I do. I don't like it, though. Junya says Vidal or Mason, half-point PPR. Give me Kamani Vidal there. All right, guys, that's it for the night. Thank you so much for your support. As always, again today, please go ahead and check out the YouTube page if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow for the radio show on San Diego Sports 760 and the iHeartRadio app. Have a great night, everybody.